I know a lot of people probably think I just abandoned Queenin and Blingin, and that's just really not true. I'm gonna tell y'all something that nobody really talks about enough, okay? And it's a lot of people talk to you about the fact that starting a business is the hardest part. Okay, but to be honest, the hardest part of starting a business isn't starting a business. The hardest part is being able to maintain that business. Okay, maintain your social media, maintain the ability to make orders, ship orders, pack orders, be a mom, be present, be a wife, be run your household. Oh, in the meantime, while also running a website, establishing that, keeping inventory, all of these things are the hard things. And shout out to all my mom entrepreneurs who are out here killing it. Like, y'all need to write more books. Let's be honest, because you know what? It's just balancing life in general, work life balance in general is already extremely hard. If you add every other thing that we are expected to be to that mix, and I disappeared for a time period also for actually several years, and I did feel a little bit guilt that I wasn't posting, that I wasn't updating or you know, maintaining the business that I worked so hard to build. It just really got to the point where I needed a break from something, and I'm the type of person that I'm always gonna prioritize my family. My family, being a mom, like that is just number one priority to me. It always has been for a while. You know, in the very beginning, I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to be a mom, but that's a whole nother story. But and I did take several breaks over the course of my business. And some people may remember when I had my first son, I took a break right probably at the peak of my business, when I got pregnant, and I wanted to spend that time. I mean, first of all, like I said, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to have a baby during that time. And that's a whole nother story time. But everything was going great, you know, came back to my business and everything was wonderful. Fast forward years, I had my second son. He's 4 now, but this is kind of where we are now. You know, during that time period, it was probably a little bit of everything mixed in there, maybe even a little bit of self-sabotage probably too, because it really, I got tired of also just everything got a little oversaturated. I'm not even gonna lie, got a little oversaturated. A lot of people were doing a lot of crafting, a lot of customizing, a lot of, you know, bling shirts, Crocs, like everything came into play then, and it got really a lot more popular, I think, during that time. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I wasn't scared to compete, but I did feel like it was a lot more of me devaluing myself and my business, like trying to compete. And I hated that. Not gonna lie. Absolutely hated that, because honest and truly, I feel like I was very skilled. I had a lot of experience and I loved what I did. And, you know, again, like I said, not knocking anybody who wanted to do it also, but it did get to the point also where I just, it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with. It was a lot to keep up. And, you know, I noticed different things happening with my business and even some of my customers. But, you know, like I said, that being said, it's neither here nor there. The experience was still wonderful. Like, you know, my craft business was very successful. I feel like I really did my thing. I put out thousands of orders and I touched celebrities. I touched, you know, so many people. And even to this day, like when I'm walking around the city, sometimes like people just come up to me and they be like, "Hey, Bling lady, you made a phone case for me 5 years ago. You made an outfit for my daughter 8 years when she was 8," or whatever the case is. And I truly, truly love that. That means the absolute world to me. I kid you not. And I'll forever be y'all's Bling Queen. Like, that is what I love, and I am passionate about that. I'm not saying that I'm done, because I could sign back in at any time, okay? I think I just kind of not even outgrew it, because I still love it. I still do it I still have clients. I still have family. I still have people that call me and I do their stuff, and I do stuff for my own kids and myself and, birthdays, holidays. Like, I do the most, like, because that's who I am. But I started to, like, not really want to do it as much for other people. And that's kind of where I trailed off. And I don't know if it's because you can't really make the money too that you want to make while also making things with your hands. Like, there's a cap on everything that you do when you do it all yourself and when you are selling a product in exchange for your time. Like, so I honestly think that's where a lot of things started going left for me. And honestly, I wanted to pursue so many other things in terms of content and a lot of things that I also was into, but I was a little shy. I was nervous. I didn't really want to hop behind the camera as much. But I am ready to do that now. I feel right now I am in, like, I feel like another chapter of my life. I feel like I am in my soft mom era. Like, this is just where I'm at right now. So it is new. It's new content. I'm jumping in, doing some stuff that I always wanted to do. Always kind of wanted to do content in a different way and use my creativity, on screen a little bit. I always wanted to try. I didn't always have the confidence, but I always wanted to try. So this is my era to, like, do things different. So if y'all see my content is changing, that is on purpose, y'all. It took me 10 years to show another side of me that's lurking behind me. And I'm going to tell y'all about the journey and really what happened. And part of me does feel like maybe I've even aged out of it a little bit. But I'm going to talk about a lot of that after that in part 2, the next video.